Now, can you just talk us through this decision today?
Well, as you said, the US deciding to impose tariffs of 25% on steel imports and 10% on aluminium imports. Now, the countries affected include Canada, Mexico, and the entire EU bloc. All of these countries, the EU as a whole, and the US and Canada and Mexico, rather, are currently involved in trade negotiations with the United States. Now, if you remember, while on the campaign trail, Donald Trump frequently said the NAFTA free trade agreement, the North American Free Trade Agreement, was a disastrous agreement, one that was negotiated by Bill Clinton, and he promised to rip it up. Now, over the past few months, since he's become U.S. president, this renegotiation process has been taking place. So all sides are currently involved in renegotiating the trade policies, but simply that process was taking too long. This, according to the Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross. So, which is why Canada and Mexico will also be affected with these trade tariffs. Now, Wilbur Ross seems to think that countries even have the right to retaliate, but negotiations can still take place. He met the French finance minister earlier today at the French finance ministry, and the French finance minister, well, he said any increase in tariff would be unjustifiable and dangerous to growth.
Well, indeed, looking ahead, people aren't going to be too happy, I think. What do you think the major consequences will be?
Well, when Donald Trump first threatened to impose tariffs on steel and aluminium imports from Europe, the French president Emmanuel Macron said Europe would not be negotiating with a gun to its head. Well, the gun is at Europe's head right now, and it seems like it has no choice but to negotiate. But having said that, we do have a swift response coming from the Europeans. Jean-Claude Juncker has taken to Twitter, putting out a tweet saying it's a bad day for world trade. Now, in a couple of hours, we are expected to get a full list of the European tit-for-tat measures, we can say. We do have a sort of an initial plan that was released in the run-up to this announcement, the fact that it's actually been made permanent. $2.8 billion in U.S. exports could receive some sort of tariff, which could include bourbon whiskey, orange juice, and Harley-Davidson motorcycles. The United Kingdom has also come out and said it's deeply disappointed. They said they wanted the European Union and the United Kingdom to receive permanent exemptions on tariffs. And we also had Mexico that says it will be penalizing U.S. imports, including pork bellies, apples, grapes, cheese, and flat steel.